How do you take a classic, a staple, add a little twist and elevate it? Want to know?
I would love to know.
It's pretty easy.
How do you take a classic, a staple, and then, like, I don't know, elevate it?
So glad you asked. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do a BLT and E, or we call toad in the hole BLT. With the
Toad in the hole?
Yeah, the English across the pond.
Nothing says elevated.
Called
like
a toad in the hole. Just an egg and bread. I'm gonna show you this very simple sandwich, but we're also going to do a confit garlic lemon aioli.
There it is.
Bam! So good, let me show you how to do it. I'm gonna start with my Wright's thick cut bacon because honestly, that's the only part of this that really takes any time at all. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, I use tongs. Ooh, it was close. It was close. I use thick cut most of the time. That's because I want the flavor of bacon, but I also want the texture. And thick cut gives us that really big crunch. Oh, there's two. That was a twofer. It gives us that really big crunch that we want. Let's do 2 pieces per sandwich. Does that sound good?
2 pieces per sandwich?
Yeah. Want to go heavier?
That sounds like a weak bacon sandwich, dude.
Okay. 3 pieces per sandwich?
I usually put 4 per sandwich.
4 per sandwich?
It's a bacon sandwich. It's literally focused
Well,
around
there's
bacon.
there's a few other things.
Well, you asked.
All right, we'll go. I'm only using half the griddle right now.
Okay.
I wanted a cool zone, so I'm loading it up. There we go. All right. You called an audible, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Now let's talk about our vegetables. Not much to it. It's a BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. I'm gonna start with my tomato. Get a nice, bright red tomato. You can use any kind that you like. If you can find heirloom, those are just really fun and generally pretty delicious. Today I just have some nice red on the vine tomatoes. Nice, thin slices. You don't want a slice that's too big. You can always add more slices, but having one single slice that's too big is no bueno. We're also going to do a bit of romaine lettuce for that crunch and that color. Just a few pieces, just break them off. We can cut them if we want to. Let's leave them whole for right now. Now let's talk about our sauce. Oh, also don't forget to move your bacon off to the side when it's done. We're just looking for crispy, gorgeous, stunning bacon. Now this sauce, so simple, so simple. Actually, there is one difficult part. I wouldn't say difficult. I would just say not included. Go back and watch, if you haven't, we have a recipe video showing how to make a garlic confit, and that is kind of the crux, the magic of this sauce. It's very, very simple. You're stewing ground. Just go back. We'll put a link. Just go back and watch it. Garlic confit. It's stunning. All right, so I'm going to start with some mayo. You know, let's do, before I keep going any further, I'm going to do just a touch of parsley. Not a lot, just a little bit. Now, I mentioned this word that might seem intimidating or too chefy. Does it sound too an aioli?
It's pretty chefy.
Can you define an aioli? It's a very simple one. I'm not putting on. I'm sorry. I'm not putting on the spot.
Say it's mayo mixed with other ingredients.
Mayo and garlic.
Okay.
The addition of garlic makes a mayonnaise an aioli. So if you ever see that on the menu, potentially just garlic and mayo. It's just a fun, fancy word. There we go. But you know, add ice cream to a blender, it becomes milkshake.
True.
So,
some of the simple things.
I'm going to go in just with a little bit of our parsley. I'm going to go in with a touch of lemon juice. Now this is both going to add a touch more acidity than the mayo has already. It's also going to add a bit of sweetness, and it's going to thin it out a little bit. Now here is that masterpiece I was telling you about. So I did this, about a week ago. Once you make garlic confit, it's basically, I can pull this out. It looks like a whole garlic clove. For this amount, let's do 3 garlic cloves, maybe 4. How about 3 big ones and 1 little one? That's 4 big ones. There we go. 4 big ones. So what happens is when you smash this, because of the confit, it just liquefies. Can you see how it's just smashing into nothing?
Kind of buttery.
Oh, it's, let's hit it with salt and pepper too. Just a touch of salt and just a touch of pepper. Now that wasn't difficult. That wasn't difficult, but we truly turned our sauce for this into an aioli, a fantastic aioli. Be sure to smash the garlic down and mix in all of the lemon juice as well. You don't want it to be just a giant chunk of garlic. Well, I mean, unless you do.
Then you might be into that.
The sky is falling. Wrong show. It's a kid. Have you seen Chicken Little?
Of course.
Chicken Little, such a good movie.
Great one.
So good. So now once this is all mixed in, again, just use your fork. You don't really need a whisk or anything heavier than that. You want it to be a little rustic. Let's give it a 1-2.
Garlicky?
Aioli. Aioli. Yes. Essentially, we just took a couple of ingredients, 60 seconds, maybe a little longer, elevate that flavor through the roof. All right, let's talk about our bread. You can use any bread that you want for a BLT. I'm a fan of kind of more of an artisan loaf, more of a rustic loaf. Can I call it a rustic loaf? I'm gonna take, we're doing 2 sandwiches, right? Take some of these center pieces because they're a little larger, but check that out, Ethan. The shape, it's just a really, really pretty shape. I'm a huge fan of this. Now to 2 of these, I'm gonna separate these 2 off for a second. To 2 of these, I'm gonna cut a hole in the bread right here on my cutting board. So you can use a cookie cutter, anything nice and round. I have a little mason jar that's about the size that I want. But if you can see, it basically fills that much of the bread. Now we're cutting out this little section. This is the toad in the hole part. Come on out there, guy. This is the part that's just gonna be fun for presentation. So we're making a little hole there and a little hole there. Cookie cutter might have been easier. There we go, that works. So what we're left with is these little guys, right? So let's grab our spatula and bring some of that bacon fat back onto the top, or back to where we're cooking. And we're gonna toast the bread. You know, get rid of some of that bacon, that leftover bacon burned just a little bit. Get rid of the bacon crumbs first. Nice clean surface to work with. Now bring the bacon fat back. Beauty, beauty. All right, let's grab our bread. We'll do the ones with the holes first. All right, and then our other pieces of bread. Now keep an eye, we just want a nice light toast. We don't want to go too far. Now I'm gonna have my eggs on standby. I've got 2 eggs here. We're gonna, right when we flip, we're gonna crack our eggs into them. So let's give this just a second. Let's peek on it real quick actually, because that bacon fat was hot. No, we're not there. So let's give this 60 seconds and then we'll flip. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. A nice toast. Now, you notice we toasted both sides. Part of that, I want the texture, I want the crunch. That's my favorite part about a beautiful BLT. Now we have our eggs. We're gonna crack right into the center of that little hole we made. Kind of made our own little egg ring right here. Oh, gorgeous, just like that. Let's do the back one. Get that one-handed technique down so you don't break the yolk. Beauty. Let's hit that with just a touch of salt and pepper. We're gonna let this cook for just a minute. If you want to, you could dome it just to kind of cook the egg over the top, or you could flip it over if you wanted to. But what you want is the egg cooked to perfection. I like a nice runny yolk, a sexy egg, if you will. So once that's done, it's time to build. Let's start with a bit of sauce on that gorgeous toasted bread. Be generous because it's super, super good. Then we're gonna go with 4 pieces of bacon, CJ Fraser. Great addition, great addition. We're gonna go with our lettuce and our tomato and then our, oh wait, salt and pepper. You always gotta salt. Salt and pepper your tomatoes and then add that beautiful top piece. I mean, it's a masterpiece. It's one of those things that's so simple. When you elevate it just enough, it really becomes something special. Let's take a bite. Yep. Who's Big Pig? Yep. Wrong show. Can you hear the crunch? Crunch, that's a technique. No matter how you make a BLT, you gotta have crunch. It's probably gonna get in my beard because of that beautiful, sexy egg. Perfectly cooked, thick cut bacon, so it really punches through, and that garlic aioli, it's money, it's perfect. You know, a lot of times we talk on the show about technique. You know, as you're cooking, it's great. Follow recipes as you're learning, but once you get better, you start writing your own recipes. You start making your own method, your own technique. CJ has never made anything on his show ever before you guys see him make it.
It's true.
And he's getting really good at it because he's paying attention to my show. I mean, to technique. No. He's paying attention to technique. Everything you do is a building block onto the next thing. So, what did we learn today? All aioli is adding garlic to mayonnaise. Simple. Easy. On the texture side, toast both sides of your bread before you make a BLT. That's kind of an easy one.
That's an easy one, but a good
Very easy one. The cut bacon, there wasn't a ton of technique to this one. The egg in the hole is fun. Or you can just serve eggs on the side, or no egg, or add avocado. I had an avocado. Avocado would have been really good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you're on YouTube, click the subscribe button down below. Click the bell icon so you get an email every time we post a video. Check out all of the other fun shows. Check us out on all the other platforms. We have a lot of fun stuff going on over on TikTok. If you haven't checked us out over there, yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Thank you guys for hanging out. This is Cookie Repeat, where we help you become a better cook one recipe at a time. I'm your host, Chef Nathan Lippy, and I will see all of you in the comment section and in the next video. See you guys.